Hi, this is Greg Standen, and thank you for tuning in to the NDIS Marketing Podcast. Did you know that you are just one of over 4,800 providers in New South Wales and over 18,449 providers Australia-wide, trying to assist 554,917 participants on the NDIS in Australia as of the 11th of January 2023? This podcast aims to uncover some of the obstacles NDIS providers and participants face when looking for carers to provide the care that participants require. We will also look at some of the ways that NDIS service providers can better market themselves to the NDIS community. Well, everybody, welcome to the NDIS Marketing Podcast. My name's Greg Stan and I'm your host, and today we've got a very interesting episode. We're talking with Jackie Grant, and Jackie has a background as an RN and worked as a support coordinator. Now Jackie runs a consultancy firm, and she's also the author of 13 books, 5 of which are actually become Amazon bestsellers. So today we're actually going to be talking about directories and how NDIS providers can actually benefit from directory advertising. So, Jackie, just fill us in a little bit. For those that aren't familiar with directories, what is a directory?
So there's a lot of different types of directories. You can have a directory in a magazine, which is what we have, and then we actually expanded ours out to be on a website as well. So you'll come across different companies that have their own directories, which is really a listing of businesses, the services that they provide, and sometimes you use that directory to get in touch with them, and then sometimes you're diverted to their website. Depending on how that company runs that directory will be how user-friendly it is. And that's what we want, user-friendly.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, especially in the NDIS space. I find that a lot of providers and even participants are very much, I know what I do. In terms of a provider, I know what I do. And outside of that, I know what my scope of practice is. And outside of that, I really could care less because I just do not have the time. So the fact that it's all very user-friendly is an absolute plus. So let's get a little bit more deeper into this. Exactly what is a magazine ad?
Right. So we have in September last year we launched Connect and Grow magazine, which was following on from our Connect and Grow events. And so in our magazine we have some topics. So we'll have between 1 and 3 feature articles because we have different topics such as health and wellbeing, which is available for everybody. Like it doesn't matter who you are, we're all impacted by health and wellbeing. We also have our NDIS section, which is really targeted for participants of NDIS and also providers. And then we also have like book quarter and other things. And in amongst that, we weave in some feature articles, which could be about a business. It could be about dementia, which was December, different things. And then we have our business listing page. And the way we personally do it at Break Free Consultancy is it will be your logo, your business name, a little bit about what you do and where you are, and then we offer into it the contact details, or we do a QR code. So if you're looking at it on the computer, because we have ours both as a PDF download or on the computer, you can either click a link, use your phone for a QR code, and go straight to that business's website, because we want you to liaise with the business to find the best fit for you. So that's how we personally do it. And the ad is short, sharp, and sync. Who are you? What do you do? Where can we find you? And then the rest comes from how that business sets up their website and their connection to people.
I'm seeing people that they're sitting there listening to this and they're going, online magazine. Now, I know a magazine, I go to a newsagent and I see a big stand that's got millions of them. But an online magazine,
yes.
What exactly is an online magazine, and how does that sort of differ from the traditional print, go to your newsagent, pick up a book that you actually physically read?
Yeah, I love that question. So what I've done, and of course everybody's going to be different. I've been featured in a lot of online magazines, and basically you can go straight to my article and read it, and then flick through all the ads and everything. And I found that too much as a neurodivergent person. It was too much. So what I've done is I've used my blog on my website, and what I've done is categorized everything. So in one section, it will say all of the December articles. So while we've created it as a PDF, we actually have a paperback for those just for a few people because that is expensive to create. And we've used the blog format to put the article in there. You can read through it. You can see how many other people have read it. You can like it. We don't have comments there because that's just not needed. And then people can then share that article. So they might find, so Greg, you might come along and go, oh man, I really love this one about the food, and I'm going to share that with my mate who will find that really great as well. And you can grab the link and then share it with other people. And it's all free. Ours is all free to read online.
Fantastic. So how do I know if I'm going to advertise in your online magazine, for example? How do I know that my ad's actually going to be seen and that people are not just going to scroll past it?
Good question. Well, when I thought about this question, I was like, I don't really have a one size answer. Basically, what we're wanting to do is create an attraction to your business. But the way we work at Break Free Consultancy is we're not going to have, I think at the moment there's, over 150 NDIS providers alone, right? Like service providers alone. So over 150,000. We don't want all 150,000 in our magazine. We only want to be providing people that we've already vetted. So we've had a conversation with these businesses and we've checked them out. And then we put them in categories of like the support workers, the allied health and things like that. So you're not all jumbled together. You can just search through. And we're going and we choose, we work closely with those providers to know that they are a trusted business. So one, in answer to that question, we then share our business listing page with in our posts in social media for every month. We share our business listing pages, and if we've featured you in the article, so that's a whole discussion, and there's a be around that. Then we share that featured article in at least once or twice, and our business listing goes out at least once a week every month. And we say, check out our support workers. And as we grow, we will then do the group. So we're small at the moment because we have really taken our time to connect with the businesses to know their ethics and see if they're in line with us.
Right. And that's fantastic that you take that time to really get to know the business that's actually advertising in your magazine, to build that know, like, and trust, all that, and that authenticity, that sort of lets the readers know that the businesses that are advertising can be trusted. It also lets the business owner know that, hey, this is a reputable magazine in which I'm actually advertising in. So the quality of participant or the quality of work or inquiry that I'm actually going to get from advertising in this magazine is actually going to be top notch. It's not going to be someone wasting my time. And that's absolutely brilliant.
So just to add in there, when you apply to advertise with us, there is a clause in the application form that says we reserve the right to withdraw your ad should we find any issues or concerns.
So how many people will see my ad? It's all great. I can see the potential. I've got my ad ready. The artwork's done, all of that. How many people are actually going to see my ad?
Well, what we're loving is that we started, as I said, in September, and we've already, in December, we'd had over 42,000 views of the online articles, right? That number's now grown. I checked the stats this morning, and from the 1st of what are we up to the 3rd? From the 3rd of December to the 3rd of January, we've had, of the articles, which would be mostly November, December, we've had 15,422 views.
Wow.
And I had a quiet period of not sharing a lot over a week and a bit. So the magazine comes out on the 16th of the month, every month.
Yeah.
And I haven't shared a lot of the stuff purely because of the quiet period. I've now started to ramp that up again now. And even so for example, the business listing for November had over 5,000 views, that one page, for 1 month. Yeah.
Yeah. And you mentioned, was it 15,000 in December? Was that, did I hear you correct? 15,000 in December. I would have thought December would be the quiet, I know for myself, I'm contacting providers on LinkedIn, and they're saying, "Oh, call me next year, call me next year, call me next year." We're closed for the whole of December, and some are even saying they're closed till February.
No,
Wow.
no. We bought our Christmas on the 6th. So that was a lap over so those stats were a lap over from the 16th of November's magazines, so those articles, plus what we bought out on the 16th of December. So we've just been so it's a combination of what was bought out in November and December that we were just sharing, and we had events and we're celebrating. And I think one of the contributing things was really fantastic is that my business ended up on a billboard in Times Square in New York on the 13th of December, and things skyrocketed. Book sales skyrocketed, everything skyrocketed from 1 week of being seen in Times Square.
Wow. Yeah, I saw that on LinkedIn, Jackie. Tell us a bit more about that and how that all played out and how that came about.
So for the last few years, so as you shared, I have been in the health and disability sector for 36 years, and I have a bit of a weight loss story as well. And so when I released some weight, I started to get a lot of media interest in me, so radios and TV and things like that, and especially as I bought out my books. And so that's kind of followed me. So people and the media outlets often follow me. So there's a media company that will send out a message and go, "Hey, Jackie, we've got this opportunity for this magazine or this thing." And so at the end of November, the owner of that company, I've been working with him now too with the magazine to get a bit more interest. And he said, "Hey, I've got this great opportunity, Times Square." And I went, my immediate thought was, "Oh, that's going to be like $10,000. It's going to be out of my reach." And I went, I said, "Sure, send through the details," thinking it's going to be a no. Anyway, sent through the details. I saw the price, which was in US dollars. I then said, "Hey, any chance of doing it a little bit less, in this much in Australian dollars?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Sold."
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
What a story.
And my neurodiversity books, more interest in the magazine. I've been offered to a couple of companies, discussing with them going to New York to work with their businesses on neurodiversity in the workplace. So fingers crossed, I'm flying off to the States for a bit of experience later in the year.
Wow, that's phenomenal. Just we got a bit off topic there because that was an interesting story. As I said, I saw that post on LinkedIn and went, "Wow, how does something like that even eventuate?" But as I said, to get back on topic, isn't magazine advertising expensive?
No, so for us, we started when we introduced it at $50 listing, just in the listing page. And at that time, we didn't set up the listing on our website. We just wanted to test the market. I had so many people say no, they asked the same question as you did. "How do I know I'm going to be seen?" I said, "Well, we've got to put it out there. We've got to be consistent, and we give it a go." We've just put our prices up to $80 because we've now added on the website listing as well as the actual magazine, and it goes in the PDF, the paperback, which is available only to a small group of people, but the PDF, anyone can get that. So the downloadable. and then the online, which as we share, and we've done it this way to keep the costs down. So from a business perspective, it's an investment of maybe $80 a month. We do 5 months, like sign up for 6 months, pay for 5, those kind of things. And then there's opportunities for even bigger, podcasts like you've got, other ways as well.
Fantastic. Just in starting to wrap this whole thing up.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that make a good magazine ad?
Keeping it really simple, especially I look at it from a couple of perspectives, and I asked people both with disabilities and non-disability people, what do you want in an ad? And I then watch TV ads. I don't normally do, but I did my research and watched TV ads, and I'm like, we want something short, sharp, and sink. Who are you? What do you do? Where are you? And then you want your website, because we want to drive traffic to the person's website, right? We just want to be that connector, and that's what we do. And so we want your website then to pop, which is why we spend the time with the person to go, well, if I come to your website, what am I going to see? So a good ad in our magazine, and we just keep it short, sharp, and sink. People can check it out. Who you are, your business logo. We put the QR code in for ease of access, as well as a clickable link, and then what you do. So why would I want to come to you? And are you in my area? Like, I've seen so many ads of like, I'm a support worker and I do A, B, C, and D. Great. And here's my business. Inbox me for more details. Like, you see that on Facebook all the time. And I'm like, I really can't be bothered, because I don't know where you are. Like, I might be wasting my time.
Yeah, I see that even on LinkedIn all the time. And my wife, because she's high needs, she has a lot of trouble trying to get carers that understand the complexity of her care.
Yeah.
And I've been putting ads up or posts up on LinkedIn saying, hey, has anyone got capacity? And some of the people that are applying, or even some of the posts that I've seen from agencies around that kind of thing, and I go, oh yeah, I can help you, or yeah, thanks for helping out. And I go to their profile, and they're in, like, I'm in Sydney, and they're in like Coffs Harbour or Western Australia.
Yep. And I've run ads before, like helping participants, and I've got responses. They'll be like, we want somebody in rural East Gippsland, and I will get someone in Darwin contacting me going, yes, we can do that. And I go, right, so do you know, like, whereabouts are you? Because we think of travel time as well, even though it's rural. And it's like, oh yes, I'm in Darwin. And I'll go, why did you even bother? Like, this has wasted my time. Like, and thank God it was me, not the participant, because their capacity sometimes is overwhelmed. So we want it easy for everybody to go. Our nursing, our high intensity nursing, we offer that, or we offer this. Like, what do you do, and where are you?
Yeah, exactly. And be very clear on where are you. Like, as an example of what I mean by that is, my wife actually placed an ad, and she specifically said Regent's Park, Sydney, New South Wales. She had somebody apply that actually even organised an interview, and then on the day of the interview, contacted her and said, "Oh, I'm in Regent's Park, Queensland." Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So that is why it is so important to make sure that your copy is very correct and conveys your message very clearly. And when you're doing that, you need to put yourself in the reader's shoes, not your own. Try and understand it from the reader's perspective.
100%. And we actually we pull the ad together for the person. Like, so we get the data and then we check it. And then if we do a feature article on a business, we then, do the interview, we give them the draft that we've written, and then they can make changes, and then we come back and we do a lot of the work, which is why we charge a fee.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, this has been great chatting, Jackie.
Thank you.
Now, if people are getting excited about, and I hope they are, about the possibilities and the potential of print media and magazine advertising, as well as the online version and how much more potential there is through the online version of that, how can they get in contact with you?
You can visit our website, breakfreeconsultancy.com, and you can check up the top. It will say Connect and Grow Magazine. Click on that if you're serious about this, and complete the application form. And then we set up a time to have a chat, and just give us as much detail as you can, because that makes that initial conversation flow so much better. And go and look at the articles. Just go and check them out, and make sure that this is where you want to connect, because whilst we check you out, we encourage you to check us out.
Great. Fantastic. And is there any particular anything I need to do in terms of being able to check that out? Is it just go
all on
to
the
your
website?
It's all there, easy to find?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. We've got,
if
you look at it on the phone, just click the little lines on the phone to the tab, and you'll see Connect and Grow Magazine, and then editions. And it's, I give a lot of detail, so I've tried to make it as easy as possible.
Right. Fantastic. Now, you mentioned a PDF. Is that something that a downloadable PDF?
Yeah.
Is that something that people can get from the same URL, or how do they get a hold of that?
Just pop into the so once again, you can go in via the magazine editions, and we have it as a cute little flip book, which is a little small, but that was just kind of a little fun thing. You can click on and read it online, or you can buy now, and we do charge a small fee for the downloadable one. And you just pay for it, check out, download it instantly on your computer. So easy.
Yeah. Great. Fantastic. Well, this has been really great, Jackie. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me.
If people want to check out Jackie's work, you can go to her website. We'll also put a link in the show notes to that website, and maybe even Jackie, if the PDF, if there's a special link, a PDF link to that, I might stick that in the show notes as well.
Sure.
And
sounds good.
Thanks for your time, everybody, and we look forward to you joining us again next week. I've thoroughly enjoyed helping NDIS providers identify their target market and help them implement marketing strategies that will grow their business and strengthen the NDIS community as a whole. So if you're struggling with your marketing strategy, reach out to me by email, greg@hasslefreemarketing.com.au, to book a strategy call. You'll also find more about our services, and don't forget to download our 101 Ways to Market Your Business from the bottom of the homepage. If you'd like to know more about marketing your NDIS business and services to your ideal clients, then head to www.hasslefreemarketing.com.au, where you'll find a bunch of marketing options to suit every budget. Register your email address at the bottom of the homepage to receive our list of 101 ways to market your NDIS services.